Good morning. How's everyone doing? For everybody that watched the video yesterday, I passed the eval, and so I'm on a funded account now. So let's take a quick look at yesterday. And for those of you who had missed, this was an area that I drew out of the 5-minute, and I got a couple of touches and eventually broke through this swing high and went up higher. Now I did say that price, well, I thought price would reach at least 400. Didn't quite get there. Close. And it finally broke through this morning. I missed these two areas. As you notice, I circled them. And hopefully we can catch a zone and take an entry off the zone. This is what I'm looking at currently for the 5-minute. Blue's the 5-minute and the gray's the 15-minute. Alright, now the zone was broken. It's currently still trading in here. Definitely can move lower to this area, so I'll definitely be watching. And of course it can move even lower, right? Like down here. Probably looking at so we come down to this low, or even this one. This is like low of day from yesterday. All-time highs are all the way up here. So right now we're getting that mirror effect where price is coming down and then now it's retracing back up. We still could get pullbacks before it heads back up here. I'll look for some retracements, possibly today. Now, if you've passed a prop firm challenge and you're starting a funded account, the best advice I'd have for somebody that's trading the funded account is to treat it just like you would if you were to pass the eval. Like that's the best way to approach it. This way you stay consistent and you're not being reactive and thinking, well, it's a funded account. I can just pick up another one. I can just pass another eval and do this again. You definitely want to eventually make profit. So at this point, I would approach it just like I would passing the eval. The best part about this is there isn't a 50% restriction. So the eval had a 50% restriction where you could only make 1,500 off the 3,000, which was the goal. At this point, you don't have any restrictions, so you can make up to as much as you want, but the whole goal is to get to or close to 5,000. And I could be wrong. If you're making past 5,000, they move you to a live account, but I could be wrong. So my goal is to get anywhere between 4,000 to 5,000 and look for a payout at that point in time. We did get some news this morning, some 8:30 news, but nothing really came of it. I don't think this zone here will hold up. So this is the area that I'm targeting. About 9 minutes away from open. Let's see if anything happens. I mean, it could come down and take out this low and then push back up. If that's the case, then 125 would be the discount in terms of getting in, though there is a probability that 156.25 could be the discount. So we do have a pullback here. I mean, this would look like a good entry, 187.50. I'd probably look for a 2 to 1. If price stalled here, could just mean the prices will go even further down. So depending on how you're reading the price, we could be heading down to this level here. I'd have the zone drawn out where price could stop. Getting some nice rejections here off the 6 EMA. Buyers are in control off the MNQ right now. They're pretty much similar. See if we get a rejection off this level, or this last swing high or swing low. I did say I have to do a better job at anticipating off these levels, right? Sometimes you'll get a clean look like these engulfing candles, but other times it won't be as clean. Like this here is sometimes is what it could look like. Come back and then slowly push up again. Is another pullback, possibly. Now, when it comes to marking up your charts, mark it so that you understand it, right? And it's not becoming a distraction or is more noise. Each time I draw these swing lows or swing highs, I know what I'm looking for. Yes, here's another example too of a zone off the 5-minute. Ignore this 15-minute. This is the 5-minute I drew off. And price came back, and you notice I didn't have an engulfing candle at all. And price just pushed back up. The first test, I believe, was here. Right, this is the first touch. Right, so I drew out. This is the first touch. This is the second touch. And I believe I did call it out as discount, but I mean, I didn't take a trade off there, even though that's what I called. But yeah, sometimes you're not going to get the clean look, and you just have to be reactive at this point. You know, this is what you're seeing. You look back to your left and you say, oh, it's already had one touch, possibly two. Then this is the area, right? And then you want to take a long position. Even if you entered it here, you're still in a good position, right? If you miss this first area here. Okay, market is just about to open. Let's see if we get a flush down to begin with, and then a push back up. Lots of volume coming in. We could get a push up here to the 1580 and push back. See buyers try to take it back up. I mean, I could look at entry at 250 long. This area actually might hold up. I'm looking for any lower highs at this point as well. Take a look at the 5. This might be a candle to look at up here. Looking for any divergence right now. Yesterday I got nailed with this pullback. So something similar happened. Okay, so I do have slight divergence from this spot on. See if price reacts off this point, or could it still move lower? So I'm anticipating 156.25. Price pushes up here. We're looking for this area for support. See if this is a pullback. I mean, I'm getting a pullback off the MNQ. It's not a clean pullback. Alright, I get another pullback off the MNQ. I think this one is a lot cleaner. Could look for an entry at 281 or even at 250. Probably look at an entry at 281.25. Price came back. Oh, we could be getting a rejection off this area here with the 1580 to go even lower. So I might pull this order off. See how this candle closes. And if it's continuing to go sideways, then I'll definitely pull it off. It's getting support from the 6 and the 10 EMA right now. See if buyers step in. I definitely don't want it to come up to this area, reject it, and go back down. Like this is a possibility. I want to see price push all the way through. Yeah, we're still getting the support off the 6 and the 10. Mind you, got some wicks here which could push it down. Or I mean, price would start retracing. Quite a bit of resistance, so. I'm looking for any pullback here. So at this point I don't know whether or not I should keep this order on here. At this point I am looking for a higher low. I was looking to see if this was another zone, another possible zone off the 5-minute, but I'm not seeing anything here. But if it is, it's quite tight. So yes, so this candle here, I can definitely target. So that would just be down here. I think I'm going to take this order off. Let's see if we get a pullback to this area. So we're still getting resistance. I want to definitely see breakthrough this area here to go higher. So right now those sellers are still in control. See if we get a clean pullback here. this is a pullback, I'll definitely put the order back on. Or I'll consider it. I mean, if you're not sure, then don't put it on. See if we get higher lows from these candles. And again, price could just dump. If it does come down here, let's see if we get any type of pullback. And then I'll target this low probably. So if I can get in at 187.50 for 2 to 1, maybe 2.5. So I'm looking for anything. There is a pullback off the MNQ. See if we get a rejection off that point. That wasn't a clean pullback. This give myself some breathing room here. The zone seems to be holding. So I have to keep that in mind, that there is a zone here. I don't want to switch to the 5 and mark it out just because I might miss something. Might miss an entry. Because then this would be discount, right? 187.50 would be discount. And then my original entry from back here, if you notice, I had it 281.25. Hopefully nobody's in this trade right now because it's still going sideways. Unless you're seeing something like an IC that you think you can go off of, then go for it. It's whatever detail that you notice. So I'll take off this order. Let's move to the 5 and I'll draw out that zone. Okay, so this is the zone that's holding up right now. And on the MNQ, we're just going sideways. Yeah, I needed to break this area here. We're gonna make a move up. 81 and a quarter. 281 and a quarter. Then again, yeah, sellers are still in control right now. And when it comes to MNQ, it's just going sideways. There's no sellers or buyers they're neutral right now. Off the MNQ. However, off the NQ, it's, yeah, sellers are in control. I mean, there's a possibility of going lower. Possibly off of 187.50. Starting to see the split off of the MNQ, so looking for an entry here to go short. And I'm going off this rejection here. However, once again, if I don't like what I'm seeing, I'll pull off the order. We're in the even right now with the MACD. I mean, price can go any direction at this point. Now we're at the 80 and 50 MA off the MNQ. See if we can get a rejection off that. And once again, if we get filled, I'm looking at this as the target. 2 to 1. Possibly lower. Down here would be great. Yeah, 6 to 1. See how prices down like this? It makes me second guess. Which isn't a bad thing, right? If you're looking for something cleaner, then wait for a cleaner setup. Okay, I'm going to take off the order. Been going sideways since 6:26 this morning. I think I would have been taken. I think I would have been filled here. I would have been taken out as well. Actually, no, I wouldn't have been filled. Missed by a tick. Okay, buyer stepped in. We get this massive candle. See if we get a correction afterwards, which could push price lower. I'm looking for pullbacks off the MNQ. We do move up. This is the target. So discount at 375. Okay, so I do have a pullback of the MNQ. Possible entry at 281.25. So I'm anticipating the price will come back up, break the zone, and move up higher. Okay, so I didn't take it. I can still take it if price comes back, which I would have to place a buy order beneath to get filled. Price is gonna go without us. So I'm gonna take this off. See if we get support. No. It's gonna continue going up. So either I get another pullback and I take an entry long, or I'm waiting for this area at 375. Here would have definitely give me the 1-to-1. If I moved them, I could have been taken in again. I could have gone filled here. Need support to come off. The 10 EMA would be great. Worst case scenario, looking at the 80 EMA, or else I get stopped out at 250. Had you taken the entry at 281.25. At this point, yeah, sellers are still in control. I mean, on the MNQ, buyers are in control. Could be trading into a cross, and then you get the push up. Like I said, anytime we're above the zero off the MACD, you're looking for buys. And anytime you're below there, you're looking for sells. I don't always stick to those rules, but I just keep it in mind. So yeah, this would have only been good for 1-to-1, which is still good. Let's take a look at the 5. I mean, we broke above here, closed above here. Just didn't get the push, at least not yet. However, this is a scenario where price can actually, we can make a lower high here and then push downwards. So there's that possibility. Price is coming up. I could look at taking entry at 312.5. I mean, this was a pullback. I do like what I'm seeing off the MNQ. I'll be targeting for the 2-to-1 if we get filled. I'd like to hold up to here, right? 4-to-1, at least 4-to-1. We can get up to this level here. You might have a couple of pullbacks before it pushes up higher. So we could be taken out. Let's see if we can get a bounce off this. Either this last swing high or that, maybe close above that 10 EMA. So close to taking me out. You know, you can't always win them all, as you notice, and we just got to look for the next trade. We did trade into this cross, hoping to get support somewhere around here, but that didn't happen. What price can do, price can come back here, like I said earlier, create this higher low, and then push further down. Now, price does come back up. I might just be looking for a break even today. Price comes back up here. And I'll look for the one-to-one. I mean, when I started off the prop firm challenge, I took a loss. I took 2 losses, if you recall. So nothing's changed. I mean, start off with a loss on the funded account. Worst case scenario, you know, we get filled here and it comes back and it takes us out again. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes, right? So it's not the end of the world. I mean, I could take another entry here. Oh, I missed it. I missed the entry. I didn't react quick enough. A lot of times when I've taken a loss and price comes back up to the level where I've entered, I will take an entry there again to go long. I mean, I still have a chance here. It makes me somewhat hesitant seeing this candle. I mean, we're starting to see the split here, which gives me a little more confidence that we're still heading up. Even off the MNQ, that's what it's looking like. A nice textbook setup would have gotten the support off this last swing high. The zone is definitely still a target. If price comes back down, or once again, price could easily come back and just push through all of this. Had I taken that entry, that would have been a second loss, and I would have definitely been done for the day. Earlier you heard me speak, if price can break this area, we can go higher. It did go higher, but not to the point where I wanted it. This area seems to be an area of strength, or shall I say resistance still. Okay. Let a crazy candle come in. Not sure if there's news that's happening right now. The only news that I saw off of Forex.com was the 8:30. Pull back off the MNQ for short position. And it looks like sellers are coming in. A re-entry here would have been great. Okay, we'll definitely take this order off. Okay, I am getting a pullback. Let's see, this is a clean one to go short. I definitely don't want to get caught in any sideways action. I'd probably be targeting this level here to go short. So probably 187.50. Yeah, there's a clean pullback off of the MNQ. And again, this could be a demand zone that holds up and it takes me out. See if anything's happening for the next 40 minutes or so. If not, I'm just gonna call it a day, and we'll trade next week on Wednesday. It's a great combination for a long move right here. Doesn't mean it's always gonna go up, but anytime I see this combination, I like price moving higher. I could look at a short position here, right? Because the pullback's there. $18.75. And that would be a good entry. Would have been a good entry. See if we get rejection off this swing low off the MNQ right now. And me saying that was looking good at the time, but the price can reverse on you just that quickly. Getting a lot of resistance too, if you notice. A lot of wicking. So we did back here, which pushed price down, came back up, and came back down again. Getting another pullback off the MNQ. Should definitely be a sign for a push further down. My targets will probably be down here. Okay, get filled. How slow to react. I mean, I could try for 3-1. Looking at 2-1. I'll make back my early loss and be up 1. I mean, if it comes back and it takes me out, it takes me out. Right now, it's not looking great. Right, I did say discount could be at 156. That's what I was anticipating. Now I'm hoping I'm wrong. I like to move my stop loss to break even, or slightly below break even. Let's see if we can get that push down. Oh, so close. I should move it to break. Hesitating. I think I'm moving it here. gonna hold on. See if we can get in some sellers to bring it down. If this one misses, I'll probably just call it a day, and we'll trade next week. This is a pullback. Sometimes this will happen, right? I mean, you're maybe one tick away from profit and price moves back on you. That's going to happen. It's going to happen more often than not. And yeah, you just move on to the next trade. Okay, so right now, I guess this was discount, 156 and a quarter. I was looking for the 2-to-1, didn't get it. I mean, I could still look for another trade. At this point, I think I'm done. This price can still come back down and take this out and fill that trade. So if you look back up here, I thought about taking an entry here. That would take me out. However, prior to that, I did say price could create a higher, a lower high, and then push further down, which happened. This looked good at the moment, with the 1580, in terms of splitting and possibly going up. But as you notice, price came back down. Made this pullback. I thought about taking an entry here. Here I was unsure. And the price moved down here. That's where I took my entry, looking for that 2-to-1. Didn't quite get it. And so I'm currently down 625. Now, if I'm switching my thought process, right, like I was supposed to be, this would be low. This would be discount. And I'd be looking probably for an entry either 187.50 or possibly 218.75. So this zone is no longer valid. I mean, price can still come down and take out this low. See if we see anything off the 5-minute. It's a pretty big candle. The zone here. Price would have to come back up, trade around this area, and then break through up to this level, and then possibly taking out the high here. I think price could, if we do retrace, I think price could definitely get up to at least this zone here, I think. Oh, this is what I don't want to see. Right. Price comes back. I mean, I could have moved my stop loss a little bit further up, but I mean, it's better to just have your stop loss at break even. I mean, you don't know, like I know price could easily just push all the way back up to 1875, like right now, and take me out. And then I would have felt even worse, right? Had I moved my stop loss. So just keep your stop loss at break even if you're going to move it. More often than not, it's going to work out. And even if it just takes you up by the slightest of margins, move on to the next trade. You know, I see too many traders, at least beginner traders, live and die on those results. Too much emphasis is put on it. And that's where you don't want to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. There's only the process, right? The process is what matters, not perfection. Currently, I'm seeing higher lows. This is rejection off this 1580. At the minute you're seeing anything that provides you information, just as that quick rejection there, you got to take the trade. You got to take that position. Right. You know what? I think I'm gonna call it a day. Pull back. Gonna pull back off the MNQ. And once we started seeing these higher lows, I mean, you could look for an entry here. Obviously, it's easy for me to say, but I did point out these higher lows as it was happening. another way to read this area, this zone, is that it could definitely be a resistance spot to push price down again. If it comes back down to this zone, I mean 156 and a quarter could be the area to re-enter a long position. So this is invalid. This is definitely gone as well. Depending on what happens with this candle, you could probably mark out this candle here. And of course this is the perfect setup, right? I mean, had I taken a position right at 156 and a quarter, I mean, it gives me 2 to 1 back. And this would have been close to taking me out if I'd taken an entry here. I was more than willing to trade into this zone and possibly lower. And like I said, I don't let the zones stop me from thinking, you know, that's the area, and it won't go any lower or any higher. There's always a possibility that price will go higher or lower off the zone. And the zone can become your support or resistance afterwards. So it's something you have to be aware of. Still have this higher low. See if it's an engulfing candle. Could be a sign that price is going to push up. Probably look at a long position at 250. The only thing that worries me right now would be the 1580 MA. See, they get a strong push up, or it'll be a continuation down. Even if it does break, say, the 80 MA, and we get a higher high, there's no guarantee that price can still come back down. And this trade back here that I took a loss on, 8 or 9 out of 10 times this follows through, right? I would take this trade every time. And if you've noticed from my previous videos where I didn't take the trade, I did miss on the opportunity. That's why you take it regardless. you get support off this previous swing high. So this is the area we're looking for support. We broke this area. We're looking for support from this last swing high, a retest to go longer. So the question is, for those that don't know, I can only take 4 losses before I have to move down to the M and Q. So that's basically, you have 4 shots, or I have 4 shots before I have to make the move to trading on the M and Q. Now off the M and Q, I'd be using 3 contracts. So instead of these areas being 600 point moves, it'd be, for every contract, it'd be $60 move. So 3 contracts would give me about 180. And you can make it back too. Like if you ever get yourself in that position where you're really down, right? Even off of 1 contract, you can get back there. Get yourself back up. If you'd have taken an entry here, it's a good chance, you would have been taken out. Anytime you're seeing this strong candle come back up, this would have definitely been the entry. I'd like to see what would happen at this point, at this juncture. I mean, I said I was worried, right? I think price could still be continuing down. I just set a buy order here. You're looking at a 3-to-1 return, which is nice. So that zone, let's go to the 5-minute. That'd be this zone here that you'd be looking at. I think price can get back here. I believe price can go higher. Right now we're looking at the MACD. It's right at the 50 again. So it can go either way. At this point, price will either get a push up or it's gonna move further down. See if anything happens for the next 5 minutes. There's no zones here. Maybe there might be something off the 1 or 2 minute around that area. I mean, we have this candle. Well, yeah, I don't know. Candle seems really big. Looking at 156 and a quarter. Price does come back again. I mean, I took the break even here, right? Not to say I would take an entry here, but it's definitely a consideration. So, for those of you who don't know, it took me 10 days to pass the eval. Like I said before, it used to take me, I think, 12 to 13 days to pass the eval. So as you get better, you'll notice that it'll take you less time to pass. Got a pullback off the MNQ. I'm looking for that rejection. If price does come down here, I mean, you don't want to see it going sideways. Yeah, you definitely would like to see it push right off here. Or the other scenario, I mean, we could come all the way down here, right? At least 29.31 and a quarter. Like around here. Or 62.50, I think would be more likely. That's if you're looking to go short. So this area, I think this area here would stand out right now, this zone here. Either this green candle or this red candle. One of the two. Right? So this could be discount right now. So you're always tracking it. Anytime we get a movement like this, you want to be tracking it and switching back and forth. Because, I mean, we could get support off here, right? Like it could be, this could be the lower high at this point. And then price just push all the way back up. You know what, I think I'm going to call it a day. Once again, not a great start. But there are other days to trade. Thank you for coming by, and I will see everybody Wednesday next